Good morning, gurus. Welcome to another episode before sunrise. Bitcoin just hit 58,000. It came down to 58,300. In yesterday's video, I canceled the trades at 63,000, even though my two targets have been 63,000 and 58,000 for months. When we were at 70K, people said I was crazy, you're wrong, and now we're at 58K. I canceled the trade in yesterday's video at 63K, and then when I went to sleep on Twitter, I nibbled and I bought one Bitcoin and then one Bitcoin at 62K, average price 62K. So I bought two Bitcoin at 62K. My original trades, if you remember on my videos for the last month, have been 3 Bitcoin at 63K, 10 Bitcoin at 58K. Then I canceled that 63K order yesterday and I bought in at 62K during the day, and I posted on Twitter that I was nibbling a bit. That was a mistake. A few hours later, Bitcoin just hit 58K. I'm going to jump into technicals for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Hit the subscribe button, smash up, thumbs up button, turn on the bell. And we're going to look at what alts didn't drop much during this Bitcoin drop. Let's jump into technicals for Bitcoin now. And congratulations anyone who to 58K. It played out perfectly. This was Bitcoin. This was my drop. If you've been following my videos for a while, you know I had two trades at 63K and 58K. And today, Bitcoin just destroyed 63K. All the way fell from 63K. I closed my trades in yesterday's video at 63K. And it shot down. I opened trades at 62K. And it just went further all the way to 58K. Came down to 58,320. 58,320. And on Bybit, unfortunately, my long was at 58,000 for 3 Bitcoin. And I opened 2 Bitcoin, average price at 62K. Now we're sitting at 60K, so it's down $4,000 on this trade. This account also even though I called the drop and I knew it would happen before everyone else, this account still in the last few days is down from yesterday 591 to 570. It's like 20K, 22K is still down, even though I was the one that kind of predicted the drop would happen. I bought in too early. I should have waited to 63K and 50, I should have waited 58K. I mean, my trades were originally 63K for 3 Bitcoin, and then 58K was 10 Bitcoin. And you can see I activated 2 Bitcoin at 62. So I still kind of did my target. The trade at 58K didn't activate because we came down to 58K. You can see here we came down to 58,320. So it missed my trade activation by $320. It came exactly to the trend line and bounced off. Look at that trend line. The yellow trend line. Remember, I've been saying Bitcoin's been on the yellow trend line all year, and I think it's going to pull back to that. That took place. But with this, the suddenness and the power of this drop, you can see this massive candle. That was one of the biggest volume drops. That's showing big weakness in Bitcoin, everyone. And now we're seeing this huge McDonald's pattern. And if you know crypto, you know there's this running joke that if you don't trade well in crypto, you go back and work at McDonald's. Look at this big M pattern. So most likely 48K is where we're going to find support, unfortunately. It's just too weak. Like it came to, there'll be a big bounce off here. There'll be a huge bounce off 52. If we don't hold here, and I don't think we will with this big M pattern, then 52 would be the main support. I mean, it looks like it is going to break this yellow trend line. And if anyone's like, no way it can go to 52. Everyone said that at 70. They said, no way it can go to 58. And here we are. And also the way that it dropped yesterday was just so massive. That was a huge drop. We're talking like in the last 2 days, we went from 64K to 58K. So a $6,000 drop, 10% drop in 2 days. So it can easily come, it's showing weakness, easily come down to 52K. And if you remember, I've been saying for a while that the true price of Bitcoin is 58K. If you look at where it keeps actually holding before the leverage comes in and pushes it back up, the true price of Bitcoin has been 58K. And I've been saying that for a while. You can see over on X that I've been talking Bitcoin and Doge warning I sold back in March. Altcoins are destroyed since this time. also, I think we pumped into the halving, then sell. This was me back in April. I think we pumped into halving, then sell the news, but not much of a drop. Max dropped to 58. Then according to previous halving, 560 days from the halving to the Bitcoin top of that run, which is in September 2025. Beautiful. I love how you explained why crypto is not a scam. Leslie, it was very helpful. When I first watched it, what really stood out to me is your comparison to people thinking cars and internet was a scam. And you can see here, where would I buy heavy? And we had 75 responses. This I posted back in 13th of this month, so like 2 weeks ago. I posted, where would I buy heavy? And everyone said the yellow trend line, 58K. And then if you fast forward 1 month, like 10 days, we hit 58K. But with this M pattern, guys, it's not looking good. Huge M pattern can really come down. But what's interesting, a lot of altcoins didn't drop today. You can see WorldCoin is actually up. Even though this massive drop, WorldCoin was up. Tesla was slightly down, Ethereum, but altcoins, Uniswap down 6%, Bitcoin down 5%, MCRT down 4.7%, Doge down 3.5%. Now I want to find out what I can buy. I want to look at what's good to buy with big volume coming in. Volume dropping off on Uni, broke this trend line on Uni. Big support on Uniswap, I would say, would be $8.20 potential buy. Major support on Uni is $7.60. So that's where I put buy orders. Bitcoin, major support where I would put buy orders is at, I would say, 52. You can still try and catch a bounce off 58, even though I would say that bounce already took place. Next stop, 52. If 58 doesn't hold, 52. On Doge, 11.7. It's still a lot of these are under where I bought the last dip, because you can see Doge double bottomed here. This could be a double bottom. One, and then bounce. Both times at 11. That's where I was buying on Doge. Big support on Doge, though, is at, I would say, down here. Massive support on Doge is at 10 cents. So if you can try to get it at 10 cents if there's any more destructive sells or anything like this. 10 cents would be a great buy. Pocket, I had buy orders at 4 cents. And people are saying, no way, it gets down to 4 cents. We're close. Ethereum 3333. Wow, look, Ethereum 333. You know those are my favorite numbers. It activated the trade from yesterday and hit stop loss. Unfortunately, came down all the way to 3213. My trade was at 3623. Maybe you didn't set such a tight stop loss, because that stop loss was only 326. It's only a $40 stop loss. Hopefully you set a bigger, riskier stop loss. But that came down, and big volume coming on Ethereum. Ethereum could have been a really great buy here. I would say major support on Ethereum now is still here. Still at, I would say major Ethereum support is at 3,000. 3,000. I think these trades, I don't think they're going to hold, to be honest. I think we come down to 3,000. I didn't see much of a bounce on Bitcoin. BNB, huge drop also. Wow. New low on BNB. Great time was to sell at 721. Big support on BNB, I would say, would be here. 539. But not much of a drop on alts, which is very, very interesting. Even World went up. Look at that. World barely moved on that drop, because it's already sold off so much, from $12 when we were selling it all the way down to $2, nearly back to where we were buying it at $1.50 last year. Crazy. And we got some bounces. It came down today. The low was $2.60. Not much of a drop, and big buying volume coming in. Quite interesting. So that's my updates on the market, everyone. I would be cautious. I've still got that Bitcoin trade at 58 for 3 Bitcoin. I could cancel it. My long right now is down 4K on this Bitcoin drop. I bought 2 Bitcoin, average price 60K. Now, the question is, do I add more here? Do I leave the trade at 58K for a double bottom? Let's see what Bitcoin is going to do. Yellow trend line was my target. All year we've been bouncing off this yellow trend line. So this was my target for the bounce. But that bounce is super weak. That's the only problem. Look at the volume there. Quite not bad volume compared to the previous drops. We haven't had such strong volume on any of the previous drops. You can see here, none of the last weeks we had such big volume. Let's go on the 4 hourly. But on the 4 hourly and daily, you can see the volume is getting weaker. Today was a spike, but I would say it looks like we're going to come down to 52k, guys. Okay, let's modify this trade. 52. I mean, it already came down close to 58 and bounced. This trade 4k. If it hits 57k, I'm going to lose 10k margin on this trade. It almost hit stop loss. Very close. I should have... So what are my lessons here? My lessons are that my target originally at 58k was sound. It did come down to 58,300, and I knew it would from months ago when I sold in. Like, I've had that trade target 63k and 58k for months. 63k yesterday, I closed it because I saw it was very weak and it just broke through. So what I should have done is just, once I closed it, I should have waited for that 58k. Even though I technically did, it came down to 58,300. If it had opened at 58,000, where I had those, it was 5 Bitcoin before I modified it 3 Bitcoin, I would have already been up $10,000 on that trade from 58 bouncing back to 60. So congratulations anyone that caught it at 58, 300. And actually I had it, if you saw my videos, I actually had it at 59,500. My trade activation was set at 59,500, but for some reason on Bybit, I put it at 58,000 before, but it was actually 58,500 in my video. So congratulations anyone that caught it. I would be very cautious still. I would make sure you keep capital available for extreme fear dips. I don't think this is the bottom, everyone. The way Bitcoin's reacting, the way a lot of altcoins have bottomed out. As you saw, Doge barely dropped below where I bought it a few days ago. World barely dropped. Pocket's dropping huge, but we closed a lot of those positions. Uniswap dropped a bit. So I would keep capital available. Like right now, you can see, even though I'm quite heavy in Bitcoin and crypto right now, this trade, and I've got orders down here for Doge and Bitcoin, and you can see 5, 6, 8. I'm still, I would say in cash, I've still got around 39% cash, 15% Bitcoin, 39% cash, 16% MCRT, 9% Uniswap, 8% Doge, 7% World, 2% Pocket. Where I could have saved money. What dropped? World didn't drop at all. So let's buy a little bit of World. It didn't really drop. $35k. World didn't drop. Interesting. I'll buy 5k of World right now. Slowly buying back in, not all at once. So I'm going to buy $5,000 worth of World right now. And that will bring my World holdings to 40k. Boom. They just activated. Pocket, I would wait. I've got buy orders at 4 cents. It's not getting strong bounce back. Pocket, I've got at 4 cents. And I want to buy just a little bit. World, I bought 40k Doge. It's where I bought it a few days ago. Uniswap dropped below around where I bought it also a few days ago. Here were my buys on Uniswap at $9.90. Now we're sitting at $9.10. So it's still dropped off lower than where I bought it on Uni. But now I got to keep some cash available actually, in case we drop further and in case the market nukes a lot more. I want to stay in cash and catch more extreme fear dips. Keep capital handy, everyone. So you can see I'm still 40% in cash. But it would have been better if I had waited. After I sold in March, I had 920 in the account. Yes, I took out 200k for seed investing, so 720. It would have been better just to wait right now till now to buy in. Actually, I shouldn't have done anything the last 3 months except buy in now. But we also traded and caught the chop. But really, the account is even though the market's been dropping, I'm slightly almost even or even down 100k, where it would have been better just to sell in March and now buy at 58k, my original targets. But I don't think 58 holds, everyone, because we got that bounce from 58 to 60. But remember, this will test my theory about the true price of Bitcoin. But again, huge M pattern forming here, which is not safe. So make sure you protect your capital, everyone. And if you want to learn how to trade, go underneath the videos. Underneath the video, you'll see the exchanges that I use. Bybit gives you a $30,000 bonus. That's my favorite exchange. The course is Take the Crypto Mastercourse. To learn all this and join us in the Telegram and chat with the other traders. That's my updates in the market. Congratulations anyone that got that trade at 58k. Be safe out there. Love you all. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.